First of all, I want to say how much I love you guys, and I really hope that you don't leave us. And I'm not talking Sam and Dean, I'm talking Jared and Jensen. Don't leave us. I really hope that.
Well, don't leave us.
Oh, we will. I will never leave you. Just don't leave us. My question is for Jensen.
Baby, come back.
Anyway, my question is for Jensen. I watched some of the reels of you playing what supposedly was soccer. And I know, do you know how to play soccer?
Yes. But nobody went over the rule book before the game, so...
So you just decided to...
Grab the ball. They said it was football. In his defense,
Yeah,
they called
I
it
heard
football.
soccer, and then I heard several people refer to it as football. Well,
We're from Texas.
game on.
So,
Here's what happened. Nobody wants to show up and watch a bunch of actors try to play real soccer. They're professionals for that. They want to show up and be entertained by entertainers. It was a pickup game. It was a pickup game of soccer, essentially, by a bunch of non-athletes. Now, some were athletic, but none of us were pro athletes.
So they're a hockey player?
Except for the 2 or 3 pro athletes that were out there that were old players. They were basically the ones doing all the work. So for me, I was like, well, I'm bored and I'm on the field. Let's spice things up a bit. How about I pick up the ball and do the old gridiron style? And it was fun. And then I think at that point, then some of the other people on the field started going like, oh, okay, we don't have to take this seriously. I'm like, no, you don't take it seriously. What are you gonna get, a red card? I got 3 that day. Who cares? It's like, I got all the red cards that day. Did I leave the field? No. At one point, I told the entire bench on my side of the team, I was like, everybody just slowly start walking onto the field. So the entire team, we had how many people are 11 people are supposed to be on the field? I think we had 15 or 16 people out there, but nobody was counting, and that was fun. So I feel like at events like that, nobody wants to show up and see these, amateur athletes try to play a professional sport. They want to go and be entertained, and if we can provide a little bit of entertainment, that was the goal. That's why I acted like an idiot.
Well, it was thoroughly enjoyable. I must have watched it about 15 times in a row and laughed hysterically. It was awesome. Thank you so much.
You got it.
I was more concerned with the fact that they weren't wearing a whole lot of clothing. And I was fighting them. Those were some gigantic guys, too. I mean, this guy, he picked me up like a rag doll, and that's scary. I'm not a small human. And he made me feel like I was made of styrofoam. It was crazy. And he did it in the loincloth, which was just insult to injury. Yeah, that was an interesting sequence. I get it.
no, I can't. They're youth. Look, there's a child here. Hey, buddy. He's going, man. Hey, dude. Hey. Hi.
Say hi.
Oh, he's like, smart. I would run too. I would run too.
Stranger danger. High five. Fist bump. Boom.
Be good. And that was your question, but what is your question? I got it. I think I'll say this, and I sort of touched on this earlier in my private meet and greet, and I'll speak for Jensen a little bit as well, just as an objective third party. We both married women that are very, very independent. They are who they are. Much like a lot of you here in the audience, women and men. So my wife is who she is, and thank God she's fairly unapologetic about it. She's not a mean person, so she has nothing to apologize for. But she's proud of who she is, and as a single mother, essentially, since I've gone 2 weeks at a time, I'm proud of who our kids are becoming, and I can say it from my view of my buddy and his wife as well, knowing his wife and his kids. They are strong, independent women, and thank God, because we're useless. So that's my vote. I can't believe a 23-year-old. Is she here? Okay. Well, that's a good start. I meant here physically, but yeah. No, well, sure. Hey, take it easy. I guess I was assuming he was alive because you said I have, not I had. That could have been presumptuous of me. But you have a 23-year-old, so presumably he's alive. He or she? She? Great. Is he physically visible to anyone? Got it. Yeah. Well, that's a good start.
Physically visible to somebody. Somebody might even be looking at him right now. Wow.
Every time you see something dangling, why do you turn around? Oh, thank you, Gail, so much. I'm sorry, Gail. Thank you. Yeah, Molly. Oh, Matt, yeah, you too.
My name's Maddie. All right, Linda. Not even close. Hey, Karen. So I don't know that we've ever said this, but so on the show, there's a lot of eating going on, primarily by Dean, and a lot of times it's hamburgers. You see us eating hamburgers quite often on the show, whether it's, a roadside place.
Yeah, hamburgers.
So unfortunately, we don't have any Juicy Lucy's in.
Oh, those are amazing. We have some.
But we get all of our hamburgers from a place called Romer's in Vancouver. So I don't know why we've never said that. So if you're ever in Vancouver and you want to have burgers at the Winchesters eat, you gotta go to Romer's.
And, as a matter of fact, the place we get it from, the Romer's we get it from, is about 20 feet from where we filmed that scene in Baby, where we're sleeping in
The
the
big
car.
long 5-page, where we're laying, I'm laying in the front seat, he's laying in the back seat, and we had that big long chat. That was right outside the Romer's Burger.
Right outside the Romer's, where we always eat our burgers.
So there he goes, a few of you that are like, write that down. And for the rest of you, you're like, when am I going to be in Vancouver? Thanks a lot, jerk.
Congrats, guys.
What were the best and worst purchases you guys have ever made?
Oh, she would slit my neck. The best purchase was the engagement ring. No, okay. The best purchase recently
You bought
was...
that? Oh, I made money.
Dude, I went to Jared. I'm out, guys. It's been real.
Yeah, you should walk. In on that.
Recently, the best purchase I ever made was the space pants we wear, that are compression pants for the marathon training. Not a word of a lie. It feels like a leg massage. And you're sitting there, and we're going to post a video soon of us all sort of commiserating Misery Loves Company. The worst purchase I ever made.
I'm sure I could think about that and list a ton. I will give you something that comes to mind immediately. Both best purchase and the worst purchase at the same time. Years back when they first came out with like the really like dope high-end drones, I, being the great friend that I am, bought two. One for me, and one for him. We got them all charged up, took them out to the parking lot during filming while they were setting up the scene.
Not my fault.
And I'll reenact Jared.
It was in a weird position, dude. So the remote, I was doing a great job. I'll agree. Okay. I'll wear that.
Just destroyed. I mean,
Whoa.
it like
There's an asterisk. So here's the deal. The remote, we weren't really schooled in remoting, or I was not. And there's a...
I didn't crash mine.
Yeah, but you... Okay. So there's a button on the remote that's like the, oh my god, the drone's gonna kill somebody button, and it just kills the fans, and so it drops out of the sky like a bird or...
Which you generally want to hit when it's 100 to 200 feet in the air.
I didn't know it was...
Just go ahead and kill that motor. I don't know, where's it going? Kill. Uh-oh.
I didn't know there was a kill button. I think it's like, hey, your drone's about to hit a power line or something, and you hit it and it literally falls out of the sky. Like a raindrop. And I have clunky hands.
First flight.
First flight.
First 30 seconds. He went into a building and then he was like, kill.
But it was a good lesson.
Total. And then just
was a
put
good
the
lesson.
thing down and walked away. Yeah, it's a good lesson. I don't buy you crap anymore.
That's why we don't have nice things.
Yeah. It's why you don't have nice things.
David Yeager.
David freaking Yeager.
Yes. True. Sometimes we do bad things. Well done.
All right, you're freaking me out, Halloween.
Dude, freaking you. My worst, well, I guess my worst purchase was the time he bought me a drone. No, I don't know my worst purchase. I don't know. That's a good question. What was your worst purchase? Bring it.
I kind of just have people buy me things.
Perfect.
Working the system. I can appreciate that.
Me too. And then I dropped them out of the sky.
I will say that I thought he was ready for the upgrade because we had these helicopters that we bought at the drugstore that were also these like remote control helicopters, and we flew those. Lasted a lot longer than the drone, and we had it. So Halloween in Canada is fireworks galore. I don't know. So you two people know that. So every Halloween in Canada, it's like the 4th of July. Like there's fireworks going off in neighborhoods or in parks, over the water, everywhere. And so you can get them. It's like the one day a year you can actually fire them off of the city limits. We bought a whole bunch of them. And what we did is we strapped them to the skids of the helicopter. And wait for it. And we took them to a parking lot. Yeah, this is amazing. This is kids, right? This
It was, what is it? It was like a bottle rocket. That was.
And we had Roman candles. And so, you guys know the Roman candles. So we strapped those to the skids, 2 each. We lit them.
We've never told anybody this.
I'm telling them right now. And we literally, like, he was on one side of the parking lot, I was on the other, and we literally just...
We're in a helicopter fight.
We were in a helicopter fight. And,
Seth is boring.
No, it's not. We make it fun. And so I thought we were ready to graduate. Some of us were.
We were in a outside of the studio. We were in like a industrial park, where they drop off, pallets of whatever. And so we're like, oh yeah, like let's get these helicopters up, put Roman candles on it, and film it. And the helicopters, it turns out, when you're trying to shoot each other, when the Roman candle goes off, the helicopter bends a little bit. And so, like the guy who was filming it, Shawnee,
it would recoil from
it recoil and turn a little bit. So this is sort of firing at us.
at us.
So we're like, this is awesome. Oh God, it's attacking me. We have like iPhone cameras of Roman candles. Kids, don't do this. We're not role models.
I know what the band's gonna do next weekend. That was fun.
That was amazing. I would say that's our best purchase.
Yeah, the drone, not so much.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
My question is, what is your favorite fight scene that you had to film?
Fight scene?
From the show?
Yes.
There have been a couple. One of my favorite fight scenes was the one that I did in Kane's kitchen. And the reason is because, well, it was heavily choreographed. It took us about 9 hours to shoot, and I didn't have a stunt double. I did have a stunt double. The problem was he was the one in the scene fighting me. So I had to. Not only did I have to remember every move, and it was, like I said, it was heavily choreographed, but I also had to make sure I didn't hurt myself, and I didn't hurt my stunt double because he was the character that I was fighting. Plus, I'm going to need him for the next couple of months. So that was one of my favorites.
Did he launch through one of the windows or something, and it wasn't scored? Is that scene?
That wasn't that one, no. Oh yes, yeah, it was. When he first jumps, he like comes through the French doors into the kitchen and lands. The doors were scored, and they were we used balsa wood.
The doors are scored. It means that the part you can't see, they're basically hollowed out, etched through, so they'll shatter
Or
easier.
they're cut in ways that they break easy.
Yeah.
So, and they're also made of balsa wood, which is very soft wood. So when they bust through it, it's it's not like going through solid oak. Problem is they forgot to remove the solid oak header, and he jumped a little too high, and did that, and he thought, wow, I'm just going through, this and landing on my feet. There's no reason to put a back pad on. he hit his head on the header, and then that kicked his feet forward, and he just went on his back. And he just laid there for a couple of seconds because it completely knocked the wind out of him. And then he got up, dusted the glass and wood off his shirt, and was like, well, I guess we missed that, so let's go again. I'd be straight to the emergency room had I done that. But yeah, that was one of my favorite scenes.
Thank you.
Yeah.